Okay, recording
There
in
we go.
progress.
Beautiful. Okay, so first of all, welcome everyone. We've already had some good chats with Aidan. I'm Ben Gordon, one of the co-founders of Tangent. So the point of this breakout room today is to just give a nice, slow, steady walkthrough of our application, which contains our NFT farming platform and our redeemable NFT Launchpad. So a little bit about Tangent, just a brief overview. Tangent was born around about a year ago when Clint and myself were sitting down and trying to find utility for NFTs. And we identified Cardano as being the gap in the market, and here we are now. So we've already mentioned the two kind of areas to Tangent, and maybe it's a good time to start sharing, and we can pull up the dashboard. So just to quickly go over, we've got 4 of our team members here as well. Clint, one of the other co-founders, I'll pass over to him if he wants to say a couple of words briefly. And then we also have Ben, our lead developer, and Sydney, our Cardano Plutus pioneer. So we're all going to have our own little words to say today, and I will pass over to Clint first. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah, like Ben was saying just then, we're a team of full-time developers and we're working on this all the time. And basically we have 2 products. One is an NFT farm, which we aim to make a completely permissionless liquidity pool farming. So other developers, other community members, artists, whoever can come create their own liquidity farming pools, NFT farming pools. And those can be, it's going to be 0 code app. So you haven't got to be a coder to use it. There'll be a graphical user interface for them to use. And then the second product we have is an NFT Launchpad for the marketing and primary sale of NFTs, specifically redeemable NFTs. So we'll go more into that a bit later on, but maybe I'll just share my screen now so you guys can see.
Welcome, Dan. Just in time. Perfect.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess we'll pass over to Ben, and we're going to start with our liquidity farm, which he can tell you a bit about.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Ben. I'm a software engineer from Tangent, and today I would like to introduce you to our token staking pool user interface. Yeah, Clint opened already the Connect wallet. There you can connect with 3 different wallets, and as you can see, and at the right bottom, we connected our wallet. We can see the balance of our ADA and Tang in the future. The token is not live right now, so that's the reason it's 0, and we see our ADA account. So in the middle of the screen we see the different farms. You can right now we support to stake 1 token, for example the Tang token, and that gives as you can see, a yield of 15% per year. And you basically click stake, and when you click that, you can basically stake a specific amount of tokens. You can choose that amount, and then you are getting yield rewards on the stake tokens. We will also support LP tokens. So what are LP tokens? To make tokens tradable, you obviously need liquidity. And for that, you are going to a decentralized exchange. You are staking a pair of tokens, mostly some specific token from you, and on top of it, ADA. And when you stake that, you are getting a token back from the decentralized exchange. And that token you will be able to stake in a pool. And for that, you are getting as well rewards. Most of the time, it's a higher reward to incentivize user to provide liquidity to the specific project. So far we have now multiple projects already reaching out to us to add a pool. So we will right now, for the first version of that pool, projects have to reach out to us, and we will add manually the pools with the specifications the project gives us. But that brings us to the version 2 of the staking pool, which will be permissionless. So what does it mean? Ideally, we want to have a user interface where any project can come to our user interface, and you can just set up your own pool. So you don't need to reach out to us, or you basically can do it permissionless. So and that's the version 2 of the liquidity or the token farm. I think that's pretty much it for the token farm. I would give the word to Sydney, who will present the NFT farm.
Before I do that, I noticed there was a question in the chat.
Oh yes, let's answer some questions.
That sounds good. What's the USP over MiniSwap, over MinSwap and Musti? The USP.
Hi guys.
Go ahead.
The unique selling point, like what's the difference? Why do I want to go to Tangent instead of Misty or
Good question, Dan. Good question, Dan. I'll take that. Basically, I was talking to Empower today, and they were telling me that they contacted Sunday Swap, and Sunday Swap literally told them, oh, if you want to set up a farming pool with us, then you have to basically stake a minimum of 100,000 US dollars with to create the farming pool. So that's actually quite a large barrier to entry for a lot of projects and developers. And you know, also with their one, it's not permissionless. It's a permission-based system. You have to go to them. You have to have 100,000 US dollars in liquidity to provide to start off the pool. Otherwise, you can't create the farming pool. So with our one, literally in version 2, we'll have a button here at the top. It'll go create pool, and anyone will be able to create a pool. They just have to connect their wallet, click here, create a pool. Graphical user interface will come up. That means it's zero code. Anyone can use it. That could be an NFT artist who makes an NFT farm for their fans, or it could be developers of another project, like say, for example, RatsDAO or Empower. And they just go click create pool here, and then they basically select what tokens they want to whitelist. Is it an LP token? Is it a single-sided staking token? Then they say which tokens they want to give as reward for that pool. And then they pick the epoch, like how many rewards per epoch, and when they expect the farm to end, and then boom, they click create. And we're going to allow people to do that for free. We're not going to charge anybody anything to create a farm on here, even in the first version where they have to come to us and ask us to create the farm for them to onboard them. We're going to do it completely for free. And our basically our revenue is going to come, our business structure is going to come from the withdrawals. So we'll have a flat fee withdrawal here, 0.5% taken on the rewards or anything that's unstaked. So anyone can create a pool, anyone can stake. And then finally, when they want to withdraw, then we'll take a commission off the top there. So that's how we differ ourselves from Sunday Swap or MinSwap. Another thing is this, we can also support MinSwap, we can support Sunday Swap, we can support Muesli Swap. So literally we can support all three dexes if we want. And then, you know, obviously when you pick to create a pool, you have to go to Sunday Swap. You have to put 100,000 US dollars in. You have to go to Muesli Swap. You have to put 100,000 US dollars in there to do it with them. You have to do this. So basically for us, this is permissionless, just like Uniswap. We're not a DEX, but we are a farming as a service tool.
Amazing. Wow, that was a that was a great answer. Plus, all my follow-up questions were immediately answered also. Thank you very much for this. I do have one last one.
Yes.
How do you compare to the Summon platform? Have you heard of it yet?
Yeah, I bought their token recently, just a few days ago. So I feel like Summon is also doing very similar thing to this. And they're obviously a great team. We've been in communication with ADAO and we've done some cooperation with them. And I feel like they're more encompassing of so many different things. They're not just doing farming as a service. In fact, I'm not even too sure they are doing farming as a service. I think they are, but they're definitely also focused very much on doing DAOs as a service. So allowing people to create their own DAO. And I suspect that, you know, we have our own governance token and we don't want to waste a lot of time building a DAO ourselves. It's very, very complicated and actually a huge project. We really want to just focus on creating the best farming experience for people. So we would probably use Summon's DAO as a service platform to create our own DAO as well for the Tang.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
very well done.
Yeah, we're indirectly in competition with them, but at the same time, we also complement each other, I think. Yeah, it's good to have.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of complementing. There's a lot of synergy. As you said, they don't do a farming yet, but they do a lot of other stuff where both platforms can integrate very well with each other. And I love to that you're already in contact with them. Makes my heart sing. Amazing.
Yeah, they're the best. We love them. We've been speaking to DZ Codes and Quasar and everyone. You know, they're really cool, man. So yeah, I love their team. I love their code as well. They're writing some really great code. Yeah, they're leading the way for sure.
Good stuff.
Thanks
Fantastic.
for answering, Clint.
No problem. You're welcome.
Thanks for the question, Dan. That's much appreciated. I guess we should probably move on to our next kind of tab and our next presenter, if you like, and that's Sydney. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And so yeah, I'm gonna walk you guys through our NFT farm, which is something we're really excited about. So here you can get a little preview of what will be the Tangent Genesis NFTs, and you know, they're not just pure art, they're also very exciting. There will be some ciphers and riddles inside of them, so they're not only pleasing to the eye, but they're also pleasing to the brain. And but you know, you don't just use these NFTs as they are, but you also you can stake the NFTs, and we provide a little a couple different options. So you can stake the NFT purely and receive a reward from it, either in ADA or Art Governance Token, or in the future some other NFTs. But we think this is a pretty sort of a lot of people are thinking this way, and what we are really innovating is also that you can stake the NFT, and then it could go towards compounding the gains, if you will, on the Liquidity Farm staking you have. So there's a synergistic thing going on. You can stake it purely yourself, or you can use it to increase the token staking rewards from the Liquidity Farm side. And so, you know, here at Tangent, we like to think to broaden the use case of NFTs, and this is one of the many implementations of that idea that we have.
Well said, Sydney. Yeah, exactly. Basically, we have the single-sided NFT staking where you stake an NFT, you can claim more NFTs as reward or another native token or even ADA. But then we also have another tab's going to be here called the Super NFT Farm. With that NFT farm, it's literally you're staking not just an NFT by itself to receive a reward. You're going to stake an LP token with an NFT, with an NFT, with an NFT, and that's going to create like a super APY boost there. So that's a lot more complicated calculation we're going to be creating there. And that's where we get this APY boosting and multiplying effect for the NFTs. And we think that's quite fun. Again, you know, we want to let artists come here and create their own NFT staking pools as well. So one project reached out to us, and they're doing planets, NFT planets, and they said they want to have the NFT staked here so they can give their reward token for staking the planets. So that's probably a project we'll be onboarding in the first phase. So that's one example there. But it could be, you know, an NFT artist who decides to create a pool for their fans, and then they want to give a reward to their fans. Maybe it's a profit share of all future NFT sales in the next 6 months, or maybe it's just a governance token they've created for fun. And this governance token has special properties. Maybe it lets them into a Discord room. Maybe it gives them a voting right within the app that they're creating as well, the NFT artists. So we think a lot of people can benefit from using this tool set.
Dan, you've got your hand up. Would you like to fire away and ask your question?
Yeah, me again. So let's say I or a friend of mine is doing a NFT-based game where you can combine NFTs and fractionalize them and nest them and so on and so forth. Would this game be able to use an API to do the farming, or would users need to leave the game experience and farm their NFTs on with this interface?
Good question. This is something I had thought a little bit about, because I do feel like this NFT staking and farming has a lot of applications within GameFi, you know, with different special items within games. And like you said, fractionalizing these NFTs and giving like power boosts from the items they have. So in our first version, they would have to come here to do it. But eventually, I think we can create an API where this could basically, you know, without them having to come here and use the graphical user interface, they could just use our code and the API to do those transactions. And then you could incorporate that, you know, in the back end of your app, your game, so they wouldn't see it at all what was happening, but you know, you would be using the same code, because we're open source project as well. So, you know, all this code is going to be open source.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we're happy to let people take what they need. And yeah, if we can create an API that supports developers better, that'd be awesome. It's a really good.
I smell a Catalyst collaboration proposal. It's maybe Fund 10, maybe Fund 11, who knows? But yeah, just knowing that you're thinking about it and hearing it, yeah, perfect. Thanks.
No, thank you. That's a great point as well, what you brought up. Yeah, we'd love to collab. So
absolutely, yeah. If it wasn't for open source, we wouldn't have got as far as we have done now. So absolutely.
Great. So are we on to the next section now, the NFT Launchpad?
I think we are, yeah. Thank you for that, Sydney. Fantastic.
No problem.
Ben, are you keeping track of the time? Because you also have to present in another room, right?
We're double parked today, so I've already jumped into the other room, and we've still got a couple of people in front of us, so we're all good.
Cool. Yeah. So on to the next thing. This is our little gem, really. This is called the NFT Launchpad. I'm sure you're probably familiar with the concept of a launchpad from maybe 2017, when you had the token launches on the launchpad, all the different ICOs. Well, this is a similar concept. It's the primary sale of an NFT, the first marketing, the first sale of an NFT. And what we're doing, though, is we're looking at redeemable NFTs. So what is a redeemable NFT? So in its simplest form, the NFT is backed one-to-one by a real-world asset. But I don't want to get hung up on saying, oh, it's a tangible good. Actually, it could also be backed by a digital asset or a virtual asset in the metaverse. Or it could even be backed by not a virtual asset or a physical asset, but by a social impact. So basically, the concept for us is we want to focus on NFTs that have something backing them by the NFT issuer, some tangible or intangible social impact that's backing the NFT. And then in this example here, you can see the Guilo beer. And this is a tokenized beer offering that we're doing with a beer company called Guilo. It's alcohol-free, pale ale, non-alcoholic. And basically, we're tokenizing 3,000 cans of beer, and they can be purchased as NFTs on here. And then they can then be traded, you know, on CNFT or JPEG.store, so on the secondary marketplace. I just want to, you know, let everyone know we're not a secondary marketplace. We are just a launchpad. And anyway, they can buy the beer here, and it's a limited edition special offering of this tokenized beer. And then later on, when they want to, they can also come back and they can redeem it. So they click redeem, they go look through the terms and conditions, what's going on here, just say, I agree. And then they say how many do they want to redeem, put in their details here. And then boom, they've redeemed. And now that information has been sent to the beer company called Guilo, who in this case is the NFT issuer, and they will ship them the actual beer cans directly to their home. And that's just a little preview of how the process would be. So in this preview, basically we have an NFT that's representing the tokenized beer offering. And when they click redeem, they actually give us back the NFT, and we take it out of circulation and lock it up in a smart contract. And then in exchange, we give them a certificate of authenticity that proves that the beer they're receiving from Guilo is actually the authentic, real product. So in the end, the user, if they redeemed, they would have two NFTs. They would have a certificate of authenticity And then they'd also have another certificate that they joined the Launchpad. They bought it with ADA at the start, kind of thing. But if they don't redeem, then they would have the tokenized beer still in their wallet, and they'd also have the certificate that they bought in the Launchpad. So we think it's quite a cool concept. We're trying to be a bit like Groupon, where, you know, we sell products and experiences through this Launchpad. And yeah, this is still in the works. It's still very early days to be discussing this, but we think it's a really cool idea. One thing I would say is you'll look at some other chains, like say Polkadot, some parachains on Polkadot, also on Polygon. There are some other projects who are doing a similar thing. They have a redeemable NFT Launchpad, so they have NFTs backed by real world goods, and they're really boring. They're really shit, to be honest with you. They always tokenize the same things. They tokenize gold, they tokenize bottles of wine and watches, or they even tokenize a property, which is pretty cool. But then there's no actual paperwork to prove that you even bought a share in this property. And I don't see anyone getting paid out yields from the property. So for us, you know, we really want to make this social impact driven. So for example, maybe you're buying this beer, you buy like this beer can, you buy 6 of them. It's redeemable in groups of 6. And then we could even have like 20% of the proceeds go to a social cause to give some social impact, where we're actually helping people outside. And then afterwards, you're constantly getting an update about what your money has been used and the social impact of it. Another cool thing is, yeah, obviously tokenizing real estate. We can tokenize a property, say in Thailand or Vietnam. We fractionalize it as NFTs. We sell them on the Launchpad here. People buy them. Now they have a part ownership in the property. And then every month they would get like a yield. They would get like a percentage yield. That was their share of the rental income. You know, in some of these places, the rental yield can be as high as 10%. So it would be quite and that's after, you know, paying the agent, the third party agent who's managing it for us overseas as well. So that's a pretty cool concept. And that also links in with our DAO. So when people finally want to, you know, every like year or buy semi-annually, we could have a meeting of the Tangent DAO. And then in that meeting, all the people who own shares in the property, so you have an NFT that you're holding still, representing your share and you're getting the yield, we can have a vote and we say, look, guys, is it time to sell the property in Thailand? And we vote, and then everyone votes for it. If the motion passes, boom, we set up that sale, get the sale done, we liquidate that asset, and then we distribute it back to everyone in the form of ADA. So that's pretty cool. And I think we're actually creating a new asset class here. And it's an asset class of fractionalized NFTs that are yield generating as well. We're using fractionalization, we're using tokenization. And I think that's pretty cool. So, but yeah, like I said, let's not get hung up on the idea of tokenizing tangible things all the time. Oh, we have to tokenize wine, we have to tokenize beer, we have to tokenize like, you know, a handbag. You know, this could also be used for a social impact. This could literally just be an NFT made, say, by Empower, where they're funding development of 10 houses in Mozambique. And all the proceeds are just going to the funding of the houses in Mozambique. And because Empower also lend the money to the bank who are funding the development, they also get an interest back from that bank for lending the money. And they also distribute a yield to the NFT holders. So it could be, you know, it can be a launch pad for good. It can be a launch pad for social impact and sustainability. And that sustainability hasn't got to be a charity. It can be profitable for the people who contribute. And pretty cool, you know, if we fund the development of some houses in Mozambique and we have the Tangent logo on the back and the names of the people who funded it, perhaps that's pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's the launch pad. And these are, and then here's just another place for you to see your NFTs. So when you have NFTs you bought, you'll be able to see what your collection is here. And there are some cross linkages too. So for example, maybe some of the NFTs sold on the Launchpad might be able to be staked here as well. Not all of them. It just depends on the project, on a project by project case. So thank you.
Yeah, just to expand on what Clint said there, you might have already said it. I've been hopping between the breakout rooms, but this is by no means our finished product. We are making changes as things are ongoing. We've just had another couple of team members join us who are going to fine tune things within this. But yeah, we wanted to present this today just to show the community our progress. And yeah, we hope you like it.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Has anyone got any questions about the Launchpad or what kind of things we will have on there?
I guess
So many.
Oh, welcome, Dan. Hi, thanks. Yeah, go shoot.
Well, first, when will this be ready so that I could launch a phygital product?
Good, phygital. It is phygital. The merging of the physical and the digital worlds. Basically, the Launchpad here, we're aiming to have it done by December, which is when we're going to be launching the trading of the Tang token as well. So we want it to coincide, but we're working on it very hard. You know, like for example, the Liquidity Farm, we already have this up and working ourselves on our internal server. So we can stake, we can claim, we can withdraw, and we're doing internal testing now. And we literally aim to have this done by, you know, November, but we're already pretty much got that part done. And we're also adding some other cool things for this. We're adding the potential for 3 different rewards. So if you want, you could give 3 rewards for staking, not just 1. And when you claim, you get all 3, just like they have on, I think it's MinSwap on their farming pools. They have 3 different rewards. So we're working on that, and that will probably be done within the week. You know, we have a new developer who's working with us, and she's really great. And she's working on that. We're also adding the withdrawal fee here, the 0.5% withdrawal fee, which is obviously how we generate revenue. And some of that will go to the Tangent DAO and in our treasury, etc. So the Launchpad, you know, I foresee that we're going to be working really, really hard on this next month, and potentially we can have it done before December. But I can only say December for now. You know, I don't want to. You know, we'll say by December, definitely. Yeah, we'll have that ready. And the Genesis one will be this Guilo beer. And that's because we literally, we had a partnership with Guilo, the boss of their company. He's a big crypto head. He's happy to do this. He's not doing it for the profit. We're doing this because we want it to be a cool concept where people can buy stuff, trade it, and then build a community around it too, with a private Discord server where only people who have the NFT can go in there. And also, you know, for future products, if you want to make some your own beer, we'll have the community decide what goes in the beer. You know, is it a CBD beer? Is it brewed in a champagne whiskey cask? Are there gold flakes in there, etc.? So there'll be the Genesis one, and then after that, we're looking for new partnerships all the time. So Dan, if you have a great idea of something you want to tokenize and make for digital,
I pass it by you. We're starting our founders auction of the phygital. It's a wooden vape pipes handmade.
Wow.
There's an NFC chip inside. And we're starting the founders auction of the first 10 models. Like hopefully, yeah, within the next weeks. But the Genesis drop of the first 100 normal vapes will probably be around December or January. So this could, or we might be able to postpone it. I'll drop you a DM and then let's talk about it. That would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Let me just put my my email in the chat here, and you can contact me.
You don't have to have a link or something you could share with us, do you?
Here's my Telegram username.
Yes. I'll post it in a second.
Thanks, Dan.
That'd be awesome. I mean, even if we can't do your Genesis drop, I'd love to do like future drops you're doing, you know, when you launch more versions of it, etc. That'd be so cool. But yeah, I mean, potentially there's no reason why we can't have your one coinciding with the launch of this one. We're literally going to have a scroller here where we can scroll through a lot of different products that are available to be bought and redeemed as well. So it's pretty cool. Any more questions?
Did you mention Empower, by the way, Clint? Sorry to interrupt.
I did, yeah, I did mention Empower. Yeah, that is a discussion we've had with them. We're definitely going to do a tokenized offering with that, where maybe we back the development of a couple of houses in Mozambique, you know, just to begin. And I think that's, you know, a social cause for good. And also not just that, he said that the NFT holders can also get a yield. It's basically like a bond. So what we created here with the NFTs, they're like debt issuance notes. That's the way to see it. They're a debt note for the delivery of a future product or service. And Empower really have encapsulated that really well. When we had the meeting with them, they were talking about it, how you buy this NFT, you're funding the development of this house, but it's not a charity, because every semi-annually you get a yield back from the money that's being given back, the interest given back from the bank. And that basically in the end, like after like 10 years, will pay back the original NFT you purchased, which is pretty cool. So, and also helping people in Mozambique where the house ownership rate is about 25%. So well below the world average, or what we'd really like to see in a healthy economy.
Aidan, did you have a question before? No problem if you didn't. I think I saw you speaking.
I just wanted to ask, if I was a project that was interested in, participating in these services, you all mentioned that you'd have to reach out before you kind of open up that permissionless gateway. What is the best channel to do that in? Do you all have like a Twitter or a Discord? What's the best way to like publicly communicate with you all?
Let me share them. I'll share all the social links right now.
Awesome.
We're Twitter, Discord. You can even hit us up directly on Telegram if you wish. Just 2 seconds.
Email's good too. So any of them really. I'm checking my email all the time, and I'm on Telegram too. And I'm also in Discord.
If I could copy and paste, just bear with me. Okay, there we go. Sticking them in now. Chat.
Should I stop sharing now, guys?
Hopefully they should be there. Emails. I think Clint's is above.
Awesome.
That's mine as well.
Let me just share our proposals as well. So obviously we have a few catalyst proposals, and we have 2 that are directly related to this Launchpad and the NFT farm. And so I'll share those. But on the flip side, we also have a plan that in the event that we don't get catalyst funding, that we also have a token offering, a regulated token offering coming via LCX. So that's these are the proposals in the chat. And then we have a regulated token offering via LCX exchange. So they also did the token offering for NFT Maker, which has done pretty well. I'm pretty happy with my tokens I bought on there. I think they're up like quite a few X. But yeah, the tokenized, the offering on LCX is happening. We have a private offering for friends, family, and partners of the Tangent team. So that can be anyone who reaches out to us and wants to join the private offering. That's starting in September.
7 days.
7 days. Yeah.
1st of September.
That's a private one. And then we're hitting up the public one. We have 2 public offerings, a pre-sale one in October the 1st. And then we have a final public sale in November. So there's free token sales you can get involved in there. So in the event that we don't get the catalyst funding, fingers crossed, we'll get enough funding from the token sale of our governance token Tang. And that will be enough runway for us to work on this project for a long time to come. We actually already have some funding ourselves that we all put in together, and that's enough runway for us for another 10 months. So we're pretty good to go. With the additional token sales, etc. coming, I think we'll have runway here for many years. And if you check out our white paper, we're planning to be around for like 10+ years, so at least. And by then, I hope this has been forked lots and lots of times by other people. That would be the greatest gift to me that we've given to the community, to see this forked over and over again and used in different ways. And then, yeah, also it's we plan to make it completely community owned with the Tangent DAO, deciding what kind of future role the developers play in here, and what kind of things we develop, and where we what products we launch and everything. We want it to be completely community owned. So there should be a lot of fun there with the voting and stuff.
Fantastic. Yeah, no, it sounds like a really exciting project. I'm super intrigued, and I'll definitely be joining the Discord and following the socials, and I'll likely be shooting you all a message because the team that I'm a part of, we're about to launch our own fungible token once we have our platform go live, and we also have our own NFT. And so it seems like this would be quite an advantageous platform to just universally increase the utility of those assets. So really appreciate the presentation. I'm super glad that I got to hop in here.
No, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Abe. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah, we're really open to collaborating.
Thank you, guys.
Great stuff.
Sorry.
Let's soon, guys. Open door policy. Cheers.
Cool. So we're gonna end the breakout room here, guys.
Yeah, that kind of works, I believe.
Okay, awesome. And
Sounds
then
good.
you both have to hop into another breakout room, huh?
Yeah, let's jump across. Certainly myself and Ben. Do you want to stop recording?
Okay, stop it.